Elii Show. Yo, this is the Book of Elii.
Welcome back. Yo, turn me up real back again. It's the Book of Elii Show on the iHeartRadio 101.9. Very, very special guest in the building. One of my brothers. I mean, how many years ago we met?
Oh, man. It's been a while.
I'm trying to think about it. It's been a minute. It's been for years right now. Terron Tidwell is in the building right now. Give me a round of applause for my brother right here.
Thank you for having me.
Jersey
all day.
Jersey. Man, let's get to it. What's been going down? What did we miss all these years? What's new? Talk to me.
What's new? I think the last time we saw each other, I think I was just coming into the industry, into the finance industry.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So that lets you know I've been almost on Wall Street about 17 years now.
Right.
So
you switched up.
Yeah. I think you were still doing promotions and everything.
Correct.
I had just left the music industry.
Okay.
And we used to be at.
You was into the sports and stuff like that. Remember that? Yeah.
Yep.
NFL, a few other things I'm not familiar with, but you definitely was in the sports part that
Definitely.
I remember. What's been happening? What's the new venture, and how you liking it? How you enjoying it so far?
Listen, I'm enjoying it. You know, it's a great time to be alive.
Absolutely.
Also a great time, you know, to take advantage of what's going on in the world. There's a lot of upheaval, so there's a lot of unpredictability and everything that, you know, a lot of people are afraid of or are scared of or, you know, just feeling like they don't have control. They don't have control of what's taking place, you know, but in the middle of upheaval, there's ways to take advantage of different things.
Give us an example. What are you referring to those the listeners are hearing you right now to give them more insight? What are you referring to? Give us one example.
So even with the AI situation, because a lot of us, you know, right now, AI is an open playing field for everyone.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is.
And a lot of us are rejecting it, or we're afraid of it, and we're scared to even
because it's something new.
It's something new.
Unknown.
Exactly.
The unknown. Yeah.
So, you know, for those who are taking advantage, they're learning, well, how do I implement this into my life? And how do I help it? You know, if I have a business, how do I help, you know, implement that and then help my business to grow,
to pivot.
Or just to even pivot into and growing into that lane and just, you know, educating yourself. So even in the midst of upheaval, there's ways of, you know, bettering yourself and everything and making sure that you're going to come out on the other side of that storm surviving.
Absolutely.
So, you know, that's basically kind of like what it, you know, one of the things I would say, you know, that I'm definitely doing or learning at this point in time.
So since then, all these years not seeing you, now back, what is some? Because I want to get in your business. What kind of artists or what kind of celebrities you work with? What kind of sports, you know, figures you have worked with, and what do you do for them so people can be aware of what have you done for their careers?
Yeah, definitely. Well. So basically, what I do is I help a lot of athletes or you know those that are in the sports and entertainment arena they have income but they don't know what to do with it, right? Okay. So a lot of guys, they're coming in and they're learning that they are a business, and you're now, or you know, me and my team, we're teaching them how to set themselves up as a business and to start growing from there. They're not just an athlete, or they're just not just a creative, but they are a business. And then how is that set up? And then how do they make sure that they're making the proper educated moves with their money, and also you know make
adjustments in life.
Yeah. Definitely. And it's not just athletes that, you know, creatives. I also work with executives, you know, some business owners, things of that nature. Because when I first came into business, it was all doctors, business owners, lawyers, you know, and then over time.
What motivated that change? What made you say, you know what, I want to switch up a little bit?
Well, you know what? I wasn't even really thinking much about the sports and entertainment arena side until one of my clients who was actually over at Bad Boy, one of the executives and everything. I helped him with a situation.
Talk about it.
I'm not saying. But anyway, so that kind of led me to the sports and entertainment side of the business. And of course, you know, athletes and artists and those in the music, they all hang together, you know, same circles and everything. So that kind of like led me to my first sports client.
Okay.
And from there, just been slowly but surely building out, you know, the sports side of the business and everything as
That's
well.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know, but still helping those, you know, everyday average, you know, individuals as well.
Right. Because you know you want to help me, right?
Hey,
I gotta show you. I need you. I need you back, baby. I need you back. We need all your knowledge, all your education.
Yeah, any time to settle down and help, those we definitely, try to put them on the right path and everything. And so, so that's been one side of the business. The other side of the business is basically doing banking deals, investment banking deals. And so, those are basically for qualified individuals, but we help them get into, or we provide the access to those type of deals. So for instance, like right now, the hot topic that everyone is trying to get into is SpaceX, right? So, 4 or 5 years ago, we actually participated in a capital raise for SpaceX. So we've already been in that. So that's just an example of how we help our clients get involved in those type of deals, or just looking at alternative investments, which are things outside of the typical stocks and bonds and cash, which can be real estate. It can be
talking about
credit,
big money right now.
Things of that nature.
Get your life together. That's what we're talking to do. Okay, I loving it. That's what I love. So right there, do you service only Jersey, or it doesn't matter what state they're in? How does that work for people that want to get in contact with you and understand more of your knowledge?
Yeah, no, I service clients all over the country. Okay. So, over the country and actually in 2 other countries. So,
hear that? Mobile.
If it makes sense, I'll do business in that state. So I'm registered in a number of different states.
Nice.
To do business. So that's not an issue at all. Once we have a conversation, we find out what their needs are, what are they doing, what they're looking to do.
Right.
Then we can sit down and personalize something.
What is one of your favorite type of clients to work with that you find it to be kind of fun or even just easy to do? What would that be for you?
Someone that's willing to listen. That's the biggest thing, to really have a conversation and to be open about what their situation is. And then we can lay out, well, here are some options that we can actually help. If it's a know-it-all or someone that you're going to be contentious with or battling with, it's probably not going to be a great fit. But for those who are really looking to have some guidance, and they're looking to follow the blueprint, because the thing too is, listen, I don't want to take your money and waste your time. Like you paying, but you're not going to follow the blueprint. It's like, well, what's the
point? What are we here for?
Exactly.
What are we here for? Got it. So that being stated, what would you say has been the biggest challenge in this career so far that you accomplished after a while, but it was still a big challenge? What would that be for you?
I think just really learning the business, first coming into the business and everything, because this business is a high turnover business. I mean, you have probably 80% of people fell in this business within the first 3 years, right? And then after that, within the first 5 years, probably like another 10%. So, it's a very cutthroat and high turnover business. So to be able to survive past that, is
still be here.
Exactly. Because first of all, it's not that many minorities that work in this line of work as it is. So to still be here is first probably the biggest challenge. And then the second probably is just making sure that you still have the fire and the drive to continue to be out there grinding and helping others. Because not so much just the grind, but really we're in the business of helping others. So, we can't help everyone, but we try to help those who fit the criteria of what it is that we do, or that what we specialize in for those type of clients.
What is one thing that you, if you don't mind getting deep, if you don't have no regrets, what was one regret you have had in this career so far that you said, damn, I missed that opportunity, I should have took that turn, or I should have made that decision instead of this one? Anything in particular that you learned from and grew out of that?
I won't say a regret. I can't really say I've had too many regrets in this business. I mean, if we missed out on some deals or something, that might be a regret.
There you go.
You're like, well, man, that was a great deal that I wish we could have been a part of.
Right.
But I don't really have too many regrets on as far as the path of coming to this business, being in this lane,
Right.
or working with those that my colleagues. I have a great team that I work with,
Right.
so I can't really say I have any regrets, on that end.
On that particular perspectives, I got you.
Exactly. Well, none that I can think of right off the top of the head right now.
Got you. Well, at the end of the day, that means you're doing well.
We
focus on the positive.
Okay. Exactly.
You got more positive than the negative, so
exactly.
you can't really focus on the negative right now.
Well, isn't that what life is about?
You feel me?
The thing is if to have more wins than losses.
Right. A win is a win, goddamn. You hear that? Round of applause for the wins. Word up. We need a round of applause for the wins. So real quick, what is something that you're looking for to within the client? A client says somebody is interested in working with you or contacting you. What is something that you look for in a client so they don't waste their damn time contacting your ass and they can't even do it? Because you did say there's a certain niche or certain people that be qualified. Yeah. What do you look for in those specific people and so they know how to go about it with you?
Yeah, so most times, I mean, those who, they're established, they have a business, either they have a business, they meet a threshold, typically speaking, of at least $500,000. We do make exceptions at $250,000, but, it would
Big
be kind of
money!
like,
Talk about it!
Well, because certain things are they have to be qualified for. So, for instance, if we're doing the banking deals, those type of clients, at a minimum, they have to have at least $5 million or have a net worth of $5 million.
Give or take.
So, so that's a little bit different, than the regular everyday person. So,
okay.
But if they have the capital, we would definitely look to work with them, and it's not just on the money side, but it's actually their whole financial planning aspect. Because now you're talking about estate planning, wills, trust. If they have kids, college planning that comes into play and everything. You have right now, they just had the Trump accounts and all that stuff. So there's a lot of different things that go on besides just talking about, how much money that you have.
Right.
There's
it's more to it than meets the eye.
Exactly. From assets and so many other things that go into play.
Okay. So if they wanted to contact you, they should have their money together and they should be somewhat prepared.
Correct. Prepared to have a conversation,
right.
a real conversation, and see how what is their need.
What's the consultation fees out here nowadays?
Well, I don't charge anything to sit down and have a 15-minute conversation or even a 30-minute conversation, because the thing is, like, well, we won't know until we have a conversation. It's like walking into the doctor, he's not going to prescribe something without knowing, what your symptoms are, because I may not even be the right person or the right fit for you.
Right.
Or you may not be the right fit for me, right? So, but we won't know till we have a conversation.
Right.
To determine.
So you give everyone a fair chance to hear them out, and then you decided within that 15-minute consultation. So let's get to it. What is one positive affirmation before we wrap it up? I like to ask these things to my guests. What is one positive affirmation that you want to put into the world that people can hear from you out your mouth to their ears?
I would say whatever it is that you're doing, find structure. Because when you find structure, you find a repeatable process that can almost give you a guaranteed outcome. Right. So if you look at Amazon or something, if those guys was to fall today or fall tomorrow, they already have the blueprint to set back up.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying? To get back, like, okay, well, we know exactly what we need to do. So I think, just really, if you can find structure in whatever it is that you're doing, or find a guide to put a structure in place, then now you can kind of like, I forgot what those guys called the blue chalk. They put the blue chalk down, and now they know how to follow that blueprint that's down for it. Whatever. So I would say find structure in whatever it is that you're doing.
Structure is key. Yeah. I like that. Is that why you're so disciplined?
Hey, discipline is a big part of it.
I see that. But me out here looking like he's 25 and shit, making us look bad out here. This big dude's out here looking a little bad. But I just want to say thank you so much for coming out and supporting.
Bro.
Let everybody know how to contact you. You have a number, or website, or social media. How can the people get with you?
Sure. I'm on Facebook, Terron Tidwell. I'm on LinkedIn, Terron Tidwell. My IG, Instagram is Tidwell_ the advisor. I think that's the all. And my email is ttidwell@hudsonpoint.com.
Okay.
Once again, that's ttidwell, TIDWELL hudsonpoint.com.
And what's the main things they should send you, or attention as, or anything like that? Is this good for what? So people could be aware. Like, I could send this, but what's appropriate thing to send to you?
Just send me an email. A regular email,
Okay.
DM. Say, hey, listen, I saw you, or I'm interested in this, or love to have a conversation.
Right.
And
it doesn't matter what state they're in either. Right?
No, it doesn't matter what state they're in.
So you basically everything is virtual. You could just do a virtual meeting.
I'll have a virtual
physical.
I'll have a virtual meet. I mean, nowadays, a lot of things are just happening virtual. Even clients that are in Jersey, New York, or whatever, a lot of times it's virtual. Right. But if they're around, over time we'll have lunch somewhere or something, or whatever the case may be. But nowadays, for convenience sake, you're doing a lot more virtual and everything.
Well, y'all heard it, ladies and gentlemen. Give a round of applause. We out of here to the next chapter. The Book of Elii Show.
Yo.